Well, hello everybody. How y'all doing today? Hope you're having a pretty good soggy old day. It's kind of wet out here, ain't it? But it's better than snow, right? It's better than snow. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the next edition of our little channel. I'm down here at the Alley Branch, just outside of Williamson, West Virginia. A friend of mine, Jeff Davis, he owns Sport Outfitters. It's some cabins that, trail riders, they come down and they ride the Hatfield-McCoy trail system, and they stay in, Jeff's cabins. And, he's a good friend of ours. But anyhow, they also have, behind the cabins, they have 400 acres of some serious West Virginia woods. I mean, backwoods stuff, man. Steep, rugged, West Virginia mountain stuff. But anyhow, that's where I'm headed. I'm going to go up here. I'm not staying in the cabins. I'll be stopping at the cabins for a second, but we're going to head right on past the cabins, back into the woods, and set up a tent and spend the night back in there. We're having steak, by the way. Does it sound a little better now? And we've got a big screen TV. Still getting better, isn't it? Well, you don't have to do any of the work. All you got to do, guys, is kick your shoes off and enjoy. I'll do all the work. Sound like a plan? All right. I would say jump in, but, the passenger seat's kind of full, too. So, driveway to the cabins. Little dirt road, that's what you want, ain't it? They got plenty of room for parking trailers and all that kind of stuff. And 5 nice little cabins back in the woods. Check it out. Of course, where we're going is back up that way. Back up that little road right there is where we're headed to. Good looking little cabins though, ain't they? It's called Sport Outfitters. There, I'll show you around just a little bit before we head on back. We're going back that way, back into the woods. We ain't staying in the cabins, although Jeff would probably hook me up. Anyway, that's where they're at right there. They're in that one right now. They're kind of hanging out. But I was just talking to Jeff, and right back there is where we're headed. We're headed back in there. I know of a nice little spot where I'm going to go set up and spend the rest of the day tonight and head back home tomorrow. Should be nice and sunny tomorrow, but it ain't today. It's still raining just a little bit. You can see on the side-by-side it's pretty wet. So it's definitely raining just a little bit out here still. Well, I found me a nice little wide spot. It's a little bit muddy, but it looks like home to me. What do y'all think? Does this look like a good place to just go ahead and set up camp, just live here for a while? What y'all think? Probably not so much, huh? Well, this is it. This is where we're staying. We're here. Alright, let me get started, get my stuff out, and yeah, get with the program. I got a lot of work to do. It's like the rain just now stopped. I don't see any in the mud puddles, so it just now stopped, but that's good. We'll take it. No rain is better than rain. But anyhow, this used to be part of an old coal mine right here. Now it's part of Jeff's property. You know, the trail riders play back here, and Jeff plays back here, and you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, it goes back in here. There's an old coal mine right back in here that I would just love to. It's got like crystal clear water in it. I'd just love to bring like a little remote controlled boat with a camera and just kind of cruise around in that old coal mine, see what you can see. Interesting, huh? Alright, I need to quit running my mouth, I guess. I've got a whole lot of work to get done, and the temperature is dropping as we speak. I think it was like 40 when I left the house, and it's expected to go down, like I said, between 20 and 25 tonight. So in the morning, all of this stuff will be frozen solid in the morning. All this water will be gone and everything will be frozen solid. But right now it's just kind of wet and soggy, ain't it? Got an old gas well right down there. But that's fine. That's 50 yards, 70 yards. So we're good. Alright. I got a little sleet, a little snow, a little rain. It's getting interesting out here, guys. It's getting real interesting. We got a roof though. That's the main thing, ain't it? I can get my stuff in out of the weather now. Of course, I got, you know, I just threw a tarp over that for now and bringing it in a little at a time. I see a little sunshine. All right. That sounds good. But we're good either way. I've got me a good roof and got me a good floor. And pretty much everything else is a bonus, I do believe. But we're getting there. We're getting set up. Rain, snow, sleet or shine. Well, it looks like I've got my little house all set up for the night. Got a little bit of time to spare. It's about 4 o'clock. Of course, I've been, you know, just goofing off and took the hatchet and cleared some ditches out so some of this stuff would drain. Same thing over here, kind of drained that out a little bit. Much better now though. Got my heater going. There's my exhaust. Had to put the rain fly on earlier, which it's not doing anything now. It hasn't in the last couple hours, and it's been pretty quiet. Still kind of damp, you know. But I got the rain fly on top and put a string on it, keep the wind from whipping it around. But I got rocks all around that, got it closed up. Not that big a deal, but it's going to be 20 to 25 tonight. So I figured closing up the gaps might not be such a bad idea. Got my little fire pit ready. Should look pretty good. We'll see. I just got it painted. It's supposed to be like these sparkle stuff on the outside, but we'll see. We'll see what the rain and the fire actually do to it. It's an old one I had. Just figured I'd get out and, you know, took a wire brush to it and painted it up. Figured I'd bring it. Don't tell Heather I got into her. It's her glitter paint from her crafts. Didn't nobody tell her though. And, you know, just keep that between us. In case anybody's wondering, this right here, this is an old piece of belt line from the old coal mine. Like I said, there's a coal mine over here. You can't really tell it. There's a road goes up that way and around. There's an old coal mine right up there, and there's a few little bits of this and that from back in the day when the coal mine was here. And this little piece of mining belt is one of the remnants. Oh, here's another little piece right there sticking up. There's a piece right there too. It's definitely getting colder. I think it was like 36 about an hour or so ago when I looked. Hang on one second. Right at the moment it kind of comes and goes. Radar's clear. Well, that's good. I'll show you my little setup here. This is my little ice fishing tent. It's an ice fishing shelter, but it makes a good little tent too. Where is it? Left this first part bare, you know, muddy boots, that sort of thing. Right here, and then my floor starts right there and goes all the way down. But I've got my heater running. I've got my dinner laid out for later. Got me a nice steak, some mushrooms, some peppers, onions. Got me some snacks too. Some Whoppers and pretzels and chocolate or peanut butter Oreos. Got some hot chocolate for later. Whoa. Some brown sugar, maple and brown sugar oatmeal, maybe in the morning if I'm, you know, we'll see. We'll see. It's nice to have the option, right? But the TV should be good. I've got 20 some movies on a USB drive, and I have 1 to 2 bars on as far as cell service to Wi-Fi it to the cell phone and watch TV that way. So I should be able to watch TV, but I might have to pause every now and then and let it buffer ahead a little bit. We'll see. If not, you know, I've got a whole bunch of movies, no big deal. But let's see, we've got all the power set up. I've got 2 batteries. Got a 100 amp hour battery here for the diesel heater, and got the exhaust like I showed you outside. It just comes off there, goes straight out through there, and it draws in warm inside air right there, heats it up and blows it back into the tent. And I've got this one here. I use this one, you know, directional, you know, has a little louver on the end to dry out the floor, and, you know, good boot warmer, you know, that sort of thing. If you freeze your boots, makes it really easy to, you know, you just sit them in front of that thing, slap that on there, and dries out your floor, warms your boots, all kinds of stuff. I love those things. Those are really handy. They're really cheap too. You can get diesel heaters for next to nothing these days off of eBay. You know, $100. Get a nice one. But I've got a whole bunch of light turned on in here. You know how GoPros, they don't do well unless there's really good light. So I'm trying to learn from past mistakes. But there's my view on that side. Nothing but woods over here. Big hillside there going down, straight down over the hill there to the creek, and then back up on the other side. It's starting to look like something now, ain't it? I've got that big piece of steak and some bell peppers. I've got yellow and red bell pepper, and some great big pieces of mushroom. I think it's shiitake, the brown mushrooms, and some onion. And I've got a little bit of A1 in there right now. I can tell you the tent smells delicious. It smells really good in here. I mean, it smells nice. But we're doing good. Been hanging out, watching a little bit of a movie. Just got my coveralls off, kind of hanging out. You know, got my hoodie on. You know, but it's 65 in here right now. So not too bad, not too shabby. I can live with that. You know, hoodie weather. But so far so good. Everything's nice and seems to be good and dry. It's rained, you know, not heavy, but drizzle, you know, sprinkle 3, 4, 5 times since I've been here. Everything's still staying good and wet, but it'll freeze real soon. It's not going to be wet much longer. It'll be frozen real soon. But either way, we're doing good inside. Look at that. Looks really good, doesn't it? Got just a little bit of A1 in there. And a tiny bit of water. As soon as the water cooks out, we're done. Just waiting on that. Cook down just a little bit. And we'll call it done. Not bad. A little A1. Better. Much better. What's wrong with this light? Try that again. One of those halo lights supposed to make you look pretty. I don't know if it works or not. I'm thinking no. Alright, here we go. Bite of steak. A1. There we go. Much more like it. Alright. Let's turn my movie back on. Got everything else either shut down or in nighttime mode. Well, guys, what do you think? Pretty comfy, huh? Not too bad. Got me a bag of snacks, pretzels and cookies and Whoppers, and got my phone. I'm chatting with Heather and my remote. Sorry. Level the camera off. Just hanging out watching TV. And it's about, I think it's about 10 o'clock. Let's see. Now 10:20. And gonna guess about 30. Let's see. Yeah, 30. 29. We're getting there. It's getting pretty cool. That's all right. It's nice in here. It's about 70 in here. I'm just kind of, like I said, just hanging out and watching TV. I was just watching The Scorpion King, The Mummy Returns, and what else? 2 or 3, you know, just kind of playing around, poking around. You know how it is. You watch a little bit of this one, you get bored with it, and put a different one on, watch it for a minute, and then put something else on. But I had me a little fire outside when I was cooking, but wood was really, really wet. Duraflame log burned, but you know, and it's awful muddy out there too. It's very wet and very muddy. Probably be frozen in the morning. Be solid, you know, ground, all the leaves, everything will be frozen solid in the morning. It's nice in here. Very nice in here. Very cozy. Little heater just blowing away. Very relaxing. It's very peaceful here. You know? Not a sound outside. Every now and then you'll hear a little twig in the woods drop, but that's about it. I haven't heard any animals, or I usually hear coyote and I hear deer grunting and all sorts of stuff. I haven't really heard anything here except for some crows when I first got here. Should be a little bit more interesting tomorrow. Get the drone out, do some flying. Hopefully the sun will come out. Be a prettier day. Been fun though. This was fun. Setting up in the rain and snow. It's the first time I've ever really set up in it. You know, I've set up before the rain and snow started, and I've set up, you know, after it was done. But you know, it was the first time, you know, just like setting up right in the middle of it. Not too bad. Didn't get wet, you know, no problem at all. I had everything covered up, and I, you know, just kind of set this thing out, popped it up, got the rain fly on real quick, and you know, there's your roof. From there, it's downhill from there. Didn't get wet at all. Interesting, huh? Set up right in the rain and snow and sleet, not get wet at all. None of it. The little bit of water on top of the diesel heater, that's about it. Or some snow, sleet landed on it. Other than that, that was it. Alright, I'm going to relax and have me some candy. Watch some TV. See you guys in a little while. I'll turn the camera back on one more time to say goodnight. But I guess for now I'm going to get windy. Windy out there. Tent moving around. Cool. Alright, we'll see y'all shortly. Good morning. It's about a little after 9, maybe 9:15, something like that. Sun's up. I slept in a little bit today. I'm usually up before the sun. But the mud puddles are frozen over. Got a little bit of frost out there. According to my phone, I think it was 27. Yeah, 27 degrees out there right now. But it's nice and warm in here. I just got up. I had that on like 2. And I think it was like 60 something, low 60s. Turned that on for about 5 minutes. And it jumped up to 68. 67.8, so that's plenty for me. You know, you got to be careful cranking both of those dogs, man. It's a lot of horsepower. You know, you get 10 minutes of having them both on at the same time, will run you out of here. I mean, it's miserable hot. But we're good. See a little bit of sun way up on top of the mountains. Hey, hang on. Let me take a peek outside. On my coffee getting hot. Yeah, we're good. Get it too hot, you can't drink it. Oh, you can see that mud puddle's frozen. Not a whole lot of frost out here. You'd think there'd be more frost, all the rain we had yesterday. Very pretty though. Very pretty. That's the point, isn't it? That's what you came for. The very pretty and the adventure too, I suppose. But here in a little while, I'll get me some coffee down and probably break out the drone, do me a little flying, do me a little hiking, you know, kind of wander around a little bit while I'm out here. But for right now, let's just concentrate on the moment, get some coffee going, and cross the other bridges when we get to them, right? Okay. See y'all in a minute. Oh yeah. Still frozen. No, try that again. Sounds cool, don't it? Alright, we'll leave them to drop on their own. Can't play with the mud hole all day, I guess. Alright. One more mud hole. We'll play with one more. There. Now I've played in the mud. Hope you're happy. It's trying to warm up a little bit. I just checked my phone. It said 27, and it feels about right. It feels about like it. But it's not too bad, you know. I broke out the coveralls. These are a little bit overkill. They're a little bit overkill, but I've got a t-shirt, a thin hoodie, and these. It's a little bit too cold for a thin hoodie. Coveralls it is. I was looking at this earlier. That's kind of pretty down there, isn't it? I might camp down there. I see there's a road. You remember I mentioned the road that goes around there? I just noticed when the light was just right earlier, there's another one coming down this way, down to this flat spot down here in the creek. That might be a nice place to camp too. Fix me up something, you know. Camp right down in there. It'll be a little snaky though in the middle of summer, all that water. But anyway, I guess it's about time I'm gonna break the drone out now that the sun's up and the sky is nice and clear. Look at that. Hello. Yes, you're very bright. You're very bright, yes. Good job. Nice little spot though, isn't it? You know, just kind of get out in the middle of nowhere and, you know, kick some frozen tire tracks. That's your biggest thing, right? You know, I mentioned it before. It's when you're out camping, the real world just kind of melts away into the background. All right, let's get the drone out and do a little flying. Why not? Well, it's been a cool little morning. It's about 11 now. I just got off the phone with Heather. That's the good thing about being someplace you have cell service still in it. You're still in touch with the world, you know, just in case, you know. But yeah, we were talking, and she's working on videos at the house. But I tried something new with the drone today. A couple things, you know. Jeff, since we're staying at his place, you know, staying on his land, he's, you know, hospitable enough to let me stay here. I took the drone down and flew over his cabins, and got him some nice still shots and stuff, you know, just in case. You know, I'll give them to him. I get back home, I'll send them to him. But we'll see. He may want them, he may not. I don't know. I gave it a shot, right? I took some pretty place. I flew down and got real close using the camera in FPV mode, first person view. And I haven't really played with that very much, you know, since I haven't had it that long. And went just using the camera. You don't see the drone at all. You know, you're just in first person view mode, and all you can see is the camera, what the camera sees on a little 5-inch, you know, 5.5-inch phone screen, an iPhone mini, 13 mini. But we've still got, everything is still in full spread out mode. Still nice and warm in here though. I got the heat on low. Just have, you know, warm place. You know what I mean. Little cozy spot. Watched a little bit of TV this morning, not too much after I got up. Just kind of wanted to, you know, get into it. That sort of thing. Get into having some fun. But it's a nice little place too. He's got, they have, I think it was 400 acres here, if I'm not mistaken. Right behind their cabins. The cabins are right over here, right down this hill. And there's a flat. And they have all the cabins down there. And you can go ride the Hatfield-McCoy trails or outlaw trails on, you know, Kentucky side, all that stuff. Or you can come right up through here. And they have 400 acres of their own land. If you go up that one, it circles around. You can go up right here too, but it's really steep to go up this way. It's a lot easier to go up this side. I've been trying to get Jeff to put in a couple primitive camp spots back in here. This would be a great one, wouldn't it? Right here, kind of have the creek come around this way and down. All you need to do, bring out some of this and level it off. You've got a really good camp spot to go with your cabins. This one goes on up. You can see this trail goes on up. And over here is the old coal mine. I can tell a temperature drop. Just thought I would mention that. Coming around here in the shade, you can definitely tell a big temperature drop once you step out of that sunlight. But here's the entrance to the old coal mine. I was wanting to look at this, get a good look. If I remember right, yeah, the water's crystal clear back in there. Heather and I have been talking about this. There's a little boat I saw on eBay. $27 has a camera. It's underwater. It'll go underwater. How cool would that be? You'd have to put some kind of light in there, like throw a crappie light over there or something. I got one of them to make the water light up. And then just run the little boat back in there with the camera and see what you see. They say, if I remember right, Jess said this goes like 2 miles or something. There's 2 miles of coal mine right behind this cave entrance right here. Now, how cool would that be? I mean, even if you just found, you know, bolts, you know, anything. How cool would it be, you know? Get a little boat and run around in a flooded coal mine with a little underwater camera boat. It's a little shark. There's a little shark too that would probably work. You know, just swim him right back in there with the camera on. I bet you it'd work. And even if the picture is kind of grainy, it'd still be interesting to see what's in there, wouldn't it? Very nice place, isn't it? All that snow runoff. Rain. Lots of rain lately. And snow. I think this is one of the snowiest winters in a while. I mean, we've had some big ones. I think it was, what, 95? We had 32 inches of snow, something like that. So we can get some deep snows, but it's usually on the range of, you know, 6 to 8 inches of snow, that kind of thing. We've gotten quite a bit this year. Bet when the weather's nice, that is full of frogs. Wouldn't doubt it a bit. And we're back at camp. Well, you remember me saying at the beginning of the video that you guys could come along for the trip and I do all the work and all the cooking, and we're at that work part. This is definitely the work part. Unfortunately, the way it all, you know, the way it fits, you have to have that on first, right there, and then pack everything else around it. You know, got it emptied out and ready to drop. Yeah, why not? I was going to turn the camera off and do it, but yeah. The trick is the proper procedure. You have to close these in the right order. The end ones are the keys. Top down first. Sides. And she should drop right like so. All you gotta do is put the two end ones in and you're ready to fold it up. Of course, I've still got stakes in it. I haven't taken the stakes out yet. I'll close that door too. Pretty easy though, huh? You just stake them down and pull the sides. And that comes back down this way. And that end does the same. And you're ready to fold it up. Just got to pull the stakes and fold it up. Pretty handy, huh? Saves a little bit of time. And you know, don't get me wrong now, these insulated tents, they're pretty good, but it still takes quite a bit of heat. I was running the diesel heater on 2 to 3 last night. That's probably ballpark 10,000 BTUs, you know, in this tent. But it stayed super nice. I mean, it was like 70, 68, 70 ballpark all night long. And I got up, you know how when you first get out of bed, how it's cold, you know? I went ahead and turned the buddy heater on for about 5 minutes. Just long enough to get up and make coffee. And, you know, by then it was warm. I turned the buddy heater back off. I literally used it maybe 5 minutes. And the rest of it was diesel heater the whole time. I hear something. Hear a pickup truck. Imagine that. I'll be back. We'll see what's up. It was the gas well guy. His name is Randy, and we've been talking for about a half an hour. Gas well guys are about the only people who are out here as much as I am. He's got some wicked trails ahead of him in that little pickup truck. But he's used to it. He runs these, he goes to these wells all the time. He's very much used to it. That's the trick to it. Knowing your vehicle's capabilities. Where are its limits? What can it do and what can't it do? That's the trick to it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The work part. We're almost done. We're getting there. I've got the tent down now, and it's getting a little bit later in the afternoon anyway, so I need to get my butt in gear and get this stuff tore down and get packed up. I've hung around all day. I don't even know what time it is anyway. What time is it? Oh Lord, it's 2 o'clock. It's 2:15. I'm usually home halfway unpacked by now. Alright, let's get out of here and get this stuff loaded. Okay, we are all packed up, loaded up, and ready to travel. Time is it? 2:30. Not too bad, I guess. Be home when I got about 30 minutes. Be home about 3. Unpack till sometime tomorrow. You know how that is. It feels like it anyway, don't it? But anymore, I leave half of it on there. I just leave the bed and stuff like that on there so it's ready to go. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming along with me and hanging out, and hope you enjoyed some of the pretty scenery, and you know, another little adventure in the books, right? But anyhow, I guess I better get on out of here and get this video home and go get my batteries back on charge. We're expecting some really bad weather on the way in any day now. I think tomorrow, tonight, not really sure. But anyway, alright guys, I appreciate y'all coming along with me. Hope y'all enjoyed a little video out here doing some camping out in the woods, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a really good day, and Leo out. See you next time.